What you want, yeah. We just chillin' by the WaWas, lemonade with the large fries. Puff twice for the calm high, ayy, what you want, yeah. Big checks make the bank bounce. Old school candy paint down. Bad chicks, they from down south, ayy, what you want, yeah.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, BQ Quick Review. I'm your host, BQ. Today we're going to be doing a reaction video to ABBA and Preach. I'm not fat. I'm slim thick. But yeah, we're gonna get right into this. If you guys like these videos, make sure you like and comment and subscribe. And also, if you guys want me to react to a video that you have in mind, just go to my Instagram at biquon, or just put it in the comments. I'll get right to it. But yeah, let's get right into this.
I just want to show ABBA something, and I want to show you guys something, because it's something that was on social media. I was scrolling on my social media, and I encountered something, and it made me chuckle. Now I want to show ABBA, because I want to see if he's going to chuckle as me, or if it's just me that just think things are funny, okay? So, alright, so there was this fashion show of, body positivity, you know what I mean? Swim fit, boom, right, boom, right. Boom. Ooh. All right. Boom. All right. Boom. Right. Boom. Show me when you see something funny. All right. Boom. All right. Boom. See it?
Oh my god.
Body positivity, bro. Body positivity.
Oh my gosh. I almost freaking choked. I almost freaking choked. What the fuck?
Who's this? And you know what? Is there swim thing on his trunk? His dick? There's no moral of the story. I think, I'm just gonna put it out there. This is it. I don't expect you to say nothing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Your usual.
I'm gonna just say this before you even say what you're about to say. There's no body positivity for men. There's no body positivity for men. And just the whole body positivity little movement or whatever, I just think it's complete bullshit. And you're promoting people to be unhealthy. It's bullshit. There's nothing wrong with being positive about, hey, I'm big right now, and I still love myself. But I still need to improve myself physically. I still want to improve myself. But for how I am right now, I still love myself. If the body positivity movement was like that, I would be right behind it. But no, I think you're just... The body positivity movement is just pretty much supporting an unhealthy lifestyle and killing people. I mean, in the black community just alone, obesity is a big problem. It's a big problem. So I don't think that we need to be making that okay at all. But let's see what they're gonna say.
That's fine. I just want to put it out there. That shit was funny.
Some of these women weren't slim thick. Some of them were just fat. But I know you were thinking about the black dude. I really don't care about that part. It's just like, I see these kinds of events and I find them cringe.
Why is it cringe?
I find it cringe. It's one thing if the ladies are thick or, thicker than you. That's fine.
I'll say this too. People be getting very confused with thick and fat. There's a very big difference between thick and fat. Like ABBA said, and I'm glad he kept it real too. Like, some of the women just straight up fat. Whatever. And, like, thick is like, let's say, a girl who might be maybe 10, 20 pounds at most, over her weight. But, like, some of these women look like they were like 40 pounds, 50 pounds or more overweight. Like, they were just straight up just fat. And just like some of these, like, some girls, they wear it in the right places and stuff, but some of these girls, they were just overweight. I'm not going behind this. And as you can see, they had the one guy there who was fit. They didn't have a big guy. There's no body positivity for the guys there. So I just find this shit. I just find it. It's like it's just bullshit.
Just straight up fat. Like,
So what?
so what? This whole thing about like celebrating stuff, like no, these people were like killing themselves, at risk for a whole bunch of other shit. I was like, no, don't celebrate. The same way we shouldn't be celebrating someone who's bone thick because they're taking a bunch of drugs. Like it's stupid. It's dumb. Let's be honest, it's dumb. It's dumb, and we're just doing this whole like complacency thing where it's like, ugh. You wanted to say don't go out of your way to make fun of people when they're that way? Sure. You want to say don't shame people? Sure. But this whole like propping this up, I find it so cringe.
You think it's cringe?
Absolutely. It's one of the cringiest things. It's like, no, this is a sickness.
Yes, it is.
It is a sickness.
No.
Literally. Obesity is
a sickness. No, it is.
No, it's not.
It literally medically is a sickness.
Go ahead. Say anything you want to say.
There's nothing to say.
What, you don't think it's a sickness?
No, it's not.
Okay. What
It is a sickness.
It's just a thing.
You think obesity is just a thing?
Nah, you wrong
I
about
think
this,
so.
preach.
Yeah, I'm like, you really take me
Oh,
serious.
nah.
But go ahead. You want to say
No, it's just that. The thing is, I understand why people are there. Like, it's not.
I took him serious,
It's
too.
not because someone is absolutely considered obese that they're inherently not in a good shape. I understand that.
Yes, it does.
I understand that,
It
and it's
literally
not
does.
because that happens. That it's not because they're.
You see how my
like
face
you said,
right now?
shame
He's
or
like,
this and that,
oh.
and they have to be proud because while they're in a good shape. So let's not shame them. Let's not, it's just, I understand the body positivity movement in that sense. And then there's other senses and the other side, of course, that's just like,
Sorry, preach, you losing me. You losing me.
No, I cannot be, I'm not going to talk for other people because I don't know their business. I can only talk for myself. So when the body positivity movement says everybody is beautiful and it's okay to be at any weight, that's where I got a problem. Just for me personally, I cannot, and I ensure you cannot be over a certain weight, or else I am dying.
From what?
That's most people.
High blood pressure, cholesterol, all of that. I understand where they're from. It's just there is again, like any fucking movements, there is a lot of truth in what they say, and then they hit the spot where they go overboard and they're like, yeah, well, you're generalizing everything, and it makes no sense. So I can't judge for these ladies and be like, yeah, you're absolutely obese or whatever. Maybe they ain't got no problem. I'm not the one to judge. I'm gonna talk about me.
I'm a
I
judge.
can only talk
Fuck
about
that.
Sure. Some people do drugs and they're not unhealthy or they're not losing their lives. Absolutely. But one of the biggest indicators of shorter life expectancies is being obese. I'm not talking about like based on the BMI thing. I'm not like actually properly obese. Like we need to stop this whole thing. Like it's fine. You don't want to go out of your way to vote, that's fine. I'm not going on fucking girls' Instagram pages back here. So I would never do that.
No, that's
But I
corny.
understand this celebration of this day. We're like, oh my God, are we proud of what? What are you proud of? Gluttony? Listen, for some of you guys,
Listen, Abba is preaching right now. Like, for real. Nah, but all jokes aside, this is not... I always cringe at stuff like this like, glorification of people being unhealthy and overweight. Like, I really do. It's let me say this, because I work in pretty much, if you guys have been watching me from the jump, you would know that I do work in a hospital, and a lot of the people that I see in the bed sick, dying and stuff, they're overweight. And that could just be anecdotal or whatever, but it's not, because the data and all the research supports that. And now, are there some bigger people or whatever? Because I know some people be like, oh, there's some people who live longer and they're overweight. Yeah, but that's the minority. You want to become the best version of yourself, whatever. And I just want to say this too, because listen, I've been very skinny. I've been overweight, fat, and I've been perfectly fit. Well, let me not say perfectly fit, but like, I've been all three of those. It is very hard to lose weight. is very hard. I don't want to come on here and seem like I'm bashing over people who are fat or overweight, whatever. And I know fat triggers you. Well, if it triggers you, that means you should change it, okay? If it triggers you, you should change it. I was skinny. I decided to work out, gain weight, bulk up. There wasn't no skinny shaming or nothing like that. There was no fucking skinny shaming. You know what would shame me because I was skinny? Fat people. You need some meat on your bones or whatever. Like, so, it's just hard for me to, like, I can empathize a little bit because, you know, I was overweight. But, you know, you gotta have some self-awareness. Like, you don't look in your mirror and be like, God damn, like, yo, this not looking right on me. The first thing is, like, self-awareness. Before you even get in the gym, do anything, go on a diet, it's just self-awareness. Like, yo, this does not look good. This does not feel good. This is not good for me. That is the first step. And then it's just baby steps. It's just baby steps. And it's very hard to lose weight. Don't get me wrong. It's very hard. Especially for some people because everybody's metabolism isn't the same. But you can lose it. I've seen people do it. I've seen some of my friends who were overweight, like, and their metabolism wasn't good, but they worked it off. It takes time. It takes discipline. It's not easy. Sometimes you might have to stop doing some of the things you do. I remember when I was on my workout journey and my fitness journey, I was like, it was every day, it was every other day after work, after a tired day at work. Then I would still have to come and record a video. Tell my friends, they would be like, oh, let's go hang out. Let's go this place. Let's go that place. Nah, I gotta go to the gym and work out. Hey, let's go hang out. Nah, I gotta go to the gym and work out. Hey, let's go out to go to this place. Nah, I gotta go to the gym. That's what it takes to get there. It's hard. It is. Hey, I cooked you your favorite meal or something like that. Or hey, let's go out to your favorite place to eat. Nah, I gotta fast today. I'm not like saying it might come off as I'm being mean or anything like that. But people who give a shit about you tell you the uncomfortable truths. And all these body positivity people don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take work. But the first thing is self-awareness. And then put in the effort. Just start. Just start. And don't give up. Don't give up. I still gotta improve myself. I'm not the fucking most fit person. If anything, I've been slacking lately. I'm sure some of you guys have probably pointed out in my videos. I was like, I've been slacking. But don't give up. You gotta have some self-awareness. I can look at myself and be like, I am not at the place that I know I can be. You know? So, sorry about that little rant, but this just really pisses me off because it's like, you know, there are people that could still be here today if they just lived a healthier life. You know, there's a lot of people who could still be here today. A lot of people die every day. Some things are unpreventable. But this is the one thing that you can control and prevent. So, especially in the black community, because they don't give a fuck about black people. They want you to be fat, overweight, and die from fucking diabetes and all types of shit. Obesity is one of the leading causes of death in America, in the U.S. So I'm not supporting all this body positivity bullshit. I know it's hard to lose weight. I know it is. But you guys have to, like, have some self-awareness. Take baby steps. Start off with not drinking soda. That's what I did. I stopped drinking soda. I don't drink soda. Then start eating healthier. Start being fasting. I started fasting, you know. Even when I'm slacking working out, I still make sure to eat a certain way. Go work out like 3 days out of the week. It only takes 3 days out of the week. An hour for 3 days. You could do it. Don't give up. I don't care how big you are or how hard you think it is going to lose it. You can do it. Don't give up. For real. Sorry, I went through a whole rant through the middle of this video, but let's continue.
Maybe it's harder than that. Maybe it's not even gluttony. Maybe it's like you have a tremendous
Gluttony is
heart,
one of the
whatever
7
you do,
deadly
and
sins,
your doctor
too.
says you need a gastric bypass, whatever the fuck it is, fine. But I'm not going to celebrate what is a sickness.
Yeah,
It is.
It's more. I think it's more complex than that. There's some people that have conditions. Like if you take an example, lipedema. Lipedema is a condition.
That's a minority.
That, much more people
Irrelevant.
than you think have. And that condition is that your body amasses.
Most people
fat.
are just lazy. It's just an
It just
excuse.
amasses fat. It has nothing to do with you being glutton or whatever, whatnot. And it hurts. That's one of them. So you have it's not just you're fat and you equal this.
It's an
That's
excuse.
The thing. It's just the thing that they're trying to do.
It's an excuse.
Okay, it's just that being fat does not.
Most
equal.
people don't
There's
have
other
that
things
condition. They're just
can be
lazy.
there.
Or they just
There's
don't
other
want to
things
change.
that can be. It doesn't mean that you're glutton or that you are eating in an excess or whatever. You can have different conditions. I do understand where you're coming from.
I'm going to just disagree outright. And the reason why I'm going to disagree is there's a reason why in Western countries, especially in places like North America and England, there's far more obesity than anywhere else. You can talk about the exceptions, you can talk about the outliers, but the vast majority of the reason why people are massively overweight and dying from comorbidities and different diseases like that, it's not because of these diseases. Now, if you want to talk about the
No,
exceptions,
but that I agree with that.
hold up, you can talk about the exceptions,
Yeah.
right? You can be like, not all. Listen, nobody's talking about all when we're having these
Come on,
conversations.
use
Everyone
common
does
sense.
have what you're describing, which is a sickness like
I hate when
lipedema or
people
whatever.
be like,
I still don't want
oh,
to celebrate that.
but not all.
You can go through whatever you're going through your body. Nobody needs to shame you, but we don't need to be out here talking about this weight is great. Oh, you're beautiful at your body. It's not. It's not.
I'm preaching.
And at the end of the day, these are risks. And so, when I see these kind of events that celebrate this stuff, and it's evidence of something sick, culturally speaking. In the black community, obesity is just a thing. Much more prevalent than in other communities. So sure enough, when the Rona hits, guess what happens?
More black people
Minority
die.
communities are especially targeted due to high blood pressure, pre-existing
More black
conditions, etc.
people
stuff
die.
like
But
that.
it's not because they're fat, it's because of
You know, because it's racist or whatever.
yeah.
Obesity is not something like in terms of how it affects us as a general population. The outcomes are extremely negative for most people. You know, I don't know about you, how many people you see make it to 70, 80, 90 who are obese? I can't think of one.
And those who make it are not anymore.
They don't get to be. They have to change their ways or they die.
Yeah. Monique was promoting big girls. I think she had a whole bit about skinny bitches.
Only people that I know that are older
She had a whole bit
and
about skinny
obese,
bitches. When she first
they are
started
literally
promoting
laying
them,
in the bed
talk about skinny
like,
bitches, and I was big, right?
on
Back
oxygen
in the
or
day,
something,
about skinny
or
bitches,
like,
stuff like that.
it's
Look at
crazy,
Monique
man.
now. You see Monique was in there?
Yeah. That's all I wait. If she want to live,
I mean,
It's a fact.
as you get older, all that talk is not cute no more. You cutting off ankles, you cutting off limbs.
Everything hurts. No, but everything like that. Yeah, that's if you have like diabetes and stuff like that. But it's just everything hurts as well. There's a lot of strain on your joints and shit. It is.
I remember when COVID hit, I got really, really sad. Partially because I knew how much it was affecting our community, and that was like a thing that was common. And you know, you would see news reports of these
A lot of
big
people
ladies talking
died.
about, "Oh, I don't give a fuck. We here in Florida gonna party." And like 3 weeks later, you find out the same lady who was on that video died from Rona, right?
Oh,
Pre-existing
holy
conditions, high blood
shit.
pressure,
That's
whatever.
funny because I know exactly
It's
what
just
video
sad
he's
because so
talking
many people
about.
from our communities get removed. We already deal with enough jailing issues, with enough crime issues, with
Yeah.
all this stuff. Now we're losing people to stuff that with proper
It's
choices.
correct.
But
Yeah.
again, you also have to acknowledge, right? There's also the societal aspect. You also live in a country where walking is much more difficult because getting anywhere is not encouraged. Like, one thing I appreciated spending time like traveling is you get to see how other people live. Other people's lifestyles are just far more conducive to healthier living. Of course, there's a matter of personal choices, but anybody who's addicted, anybody who's got like serious like impulse problems will tell you accessibility generally is one of the biggest issues with relapsing or making bad choices. Meaning, like, if you are prone to taking bad substances, okay, not keeping them anywhere near you will help you to stay away from them, generally speaking. If you just leave that stuff near somebody who's like really severely addicted to these sugars or whatever, it's not gonna be good. So when you live in these neighborhoods where there's like shitty access to food, it's like, yeah, it does raise the likelihood for bad outcomes. I absolutely agree with the personal choices mattering in this situation, but I also think that society can engineer itself to give people optimal choices that are healthy as well. Our societies are not geared towards that, and they're not geared towards walking to work. They're not geared towards taking public transportation, because a lot of places public transportation is unusable.
Trash.
Especially
Trash.
Listen,
Trash.
that is true for a lot of places.
You cannot.
Walking. Can you walk in LA?
Listen, I live there. You can't walk there. You can't walk there.
But you can't walk in Florida either.
Because the thing,
No,
you
can't.
get 2 hours to get to work and back. You're dying on public transport. That's also unhealthy for you. So me spending time in Europe, me spending time in different places, I got to see how effective this
You
system
can't
is.
walk in New York.
It's like, oh my God, what a difference.
Yeah, you can't
it
walk
makes.
in New York.
You know what I mean? You're burning a bunch of calories just
In New York City,
walking
yes.
up hills. You
New
see
York
old
City,
ladies
yes.
over
Out
there,
once you
like,
go outside the
right?
city,
just walking up big ass steep
you
hills.
need a
because
fucking
they've been
car.
doing it their whole lives. Certain cultural and societal factors encourage this kind of healthier living, right? There's not a fast food joint at every corner. Guess what? Now they got bakeries. They got little mom and pop shops. You wish that in a lot of poor areas where obesity is far more prevalent, that these things were accessible. So it's not like I'm lacking in empathy. I'm not like unable to understand how it's much more easy in these kind of environments to become like that. I mean, one of the saddest things, I'm not gonna lie to you, was watching, I think, the Life Channel and seeing these hugely fat, obese parents fattening their kids.
yeah.
So I'm talking about these kids already got high blood pressure by the time they're in their teens. How do you even fix that?
That's crazy. I'm glad Abba brought that up too. Sometimes it don't even be the people. It be like the freaking parents are encouraging it. They're encouraging it by their behaviors, and not even like just checking their kids, being like, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. Like, they're not even like taking care of their children. They just let their children get big until it's like when they become an adult, it becomes hard as fuck because they were indoctrinated into that lifestyle. It's fucking crazy. That's one thing I'm glad. Like, I'm glad my mother told me, like, whenever I was gaining weight or whatever, she said, like, yo, you getting bigger. Just flat out, you getting bigger. I'm so glad somebody will tell me that shit. Sometimes you need to hear that. Sometimes you need to hear that, for real. I'm so glad I was such an active kid and everything. Like, yo, for real. Because sometimes I know this person obese, fat as fuck. Like, I can't. I'm sorry, but yeah, this motherfucker is fat as fuck. He's big. This dude is like freaking. But it came from his parents, because his parents wouldn't even like say nothing. They big too. But it's like, now you passing it on to your kids so your kids could die. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Abba is preaching. And shout out to Preach too, because he, you know, it is good to have like a different perspective and contrarian. So yeah, I completely disagree with him at first, but yeah, it's good to have like a different perspective and a different mindset to like challenge your views and everything. So that's why I do like their back and forth and stuff, you know. But yeah, I'm not with this whole movement at all.
Your parents fucked you over. Your parents birthed you and said, bitch, we're gonna take you back to the grave before we even get there. We're gonna give you bone problems, joint problems, by the time you haven't even hit 20. So I don't lack in understanding, like, sometimes the stuff around you really makes it harder.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's not easy.
I understand
I'm not
that.
saying that. What I'm saying is, we don't have to exacerbate the issue by telling people, oh my God, this is so beautiful. We don't have to do that.
yes.
We can say it's okay to love yourself. It's okay to say you want better for yourself, and that you're okay with where you are, but you're going to get better, because it takes a long time. It's a long journey for people. Okay?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
It doesn't have to be a 3-month thing. It can be 3, 4, 5 years. But I dislike this kind of like, as you are, you're really good. It's like, no. That's not the case.
When you say that the Western world is that there's more fat people and everything and stuff, I get that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm not disputing that at all. I understand what you're saying, so we actually agree on that. I'm just saying, yeah, there's exceptions. Now, that being said, when people say you're at risk, you have to understand all that. I'm just really understanding both sides, right? I think that when people say you're at risk of if you're in that predicament, it just doesn't automatically mean that you're going to have that. But you are in a high risk of having XYZ, high blood pressure, name it. You're at risk. It's a risk. It doesn't mean that you automatically have it, but you are at risk. You are. So that I think that whenever people do the at risk, they bypass the at risk and the automatically thing. Yeah, you just told me that I absolutely they speak in absolute. So yeah, no, I do agree with you.
Maybe this is more so just something I noticed when these conversations unfold.
What happened?
I noticed that whenever the points of like obesity super rampant, the first thing they'll reply you'll hear is like, all right, well, just because people on the BMI scale overrepresent doesn't mean they're sure. Oh, well, you know what? Some people have conditions that need gastroenterology. Sure. But it feels like everything
that's
is
the
always
exception of the rule.
Which is like, yo, we're just too fucking unhealthy. You want to talk about all these outliers? That's fine. I just noticed like this is brought up, and it's immediately like, well, some people are sick because listen, most people are just sick because they're fat and they make bad choices. That's the truth. Either they inherited those bad choices from their parents, maybe it's a mixture of genetics as well. But the truth is, most people are just fat.
Most people are just
the people who have a different issue, let them go to a different conversation. But most people are just fat because bad choices. Once we can get past that and just move past that, not to be like mad at folks, but just to say like, yo, this is bad not only for the individuals involved, but for society as a whole. How do we make things better? Now, folks are gonna say, well, the antidote is body positivity. I don't think so. True.
I don't think so.
Let's talk about solutions. I do not believe that when I see body positivity in the way that it's exemplified in these kinds of fashion shows, I think is encouraging people to get healthy. However, I will say that when folks just go out of their way to shame people and yell at them, that's not helping.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay? I don't think you gotta go to somebody's obese and yell at them or shame them. Now, some folks are gonna reply and say, oh, well, actually, I was shamed and it helped me get... Maybe it worked for you. Maybe you're...
But that's not necessarily
That's not most people. Okay? Yeah. Most people, so you get negative stimuli, sometimes they just retreat from it.
No, that's true.
They don't all need the same kind of treatment.
Yeah.
And so if we're just thinking about what's best as a solution for people, I would say that you are respectful people, but you also don't go around encouraging it or going yes queen when they say they're fat, they've been eating Twinkies all day, or what are the fucking poor choices or exercise choices they've been making. Just because it doesn't mean on it, at risk should scare you.
Yep.
It should frighten you. I don't know what else to tell you. Walking into putting your head in a microwave, not good for you. Well, actually, it only puts you at risk for, okay, sure. It's not good for you. Get that through your head. It puts you at risk for a lot of issues if you just stick your head in the microwave and turn that bitch on for 2 hours.
That was a hard pill to swallow for.
Yeah, man. It's tough. It's tough. But let me just play it on here.
At some point when I was not good. You know what I mean? You're like, oh shit, I'm actually not good. And it's really like a hit. It's really a hit in the face when
doctor,
when the numbers are there and they show you that shit.
Yeah. You will die if you do like this.
Keep doing you. But if you do,
that's it.
You're gonna be a whole rapper.
You're gonna be a hard.
And
live a hard life.
It really hurts, and sometimes you think people are doing that because, they're doing that to hurt me, or this is some mean things, or whatever. No, sometimes it's actually the opposite.
They actually give a fuck.
You say something because you're concerned, and you want the best for friends. You want the best for the people around you. You want the best. You want the best for your homies and shit. And people really take it personal. The thing in life, whenever you have a disagreement with someone, don't assume, and that's what we often do. Don't assume that the person is mean. Assume that they either don't know or they want your good. After that, assume that they want to get you out. But it's often not the case. The person doesn't want to they don't want necessarily to take you out or diss you or whatever, whatnot. It just hurts.
Yeah.
And the truth hurts sometimes.
Yeah. That's that. They were speaking facts, man. They're speaking facts. And Yeah, this is a very touchy topic because people get very people are very self-conscious about their weight, and people get very touchy about their weight, you know. And I used to get like that when people used to, when I was skinny, people used to be like, "Oh, you skinny" and stuff, you know. And when I was, but I never like cried about it or anything. I just worked to change that. And even when I was overweight, I worked to change that. But yeah, it's really not about being mean or coming at you. And there are some people who go out of their way to make fun of fat people, and there is fat shaming. I get that. That is that out there. And I don't condone any of that, you know. I'm never going to go to a post or whatever and say, "Hey, you're fat," or whatever. I'm not going to do that. But if I care about you, whatever, if somebody gives a fuck about you, they're going to tell you the stuff that they, you know, that you don't want to hear sometimes. And the same with me, you know. There's some stuff that I needed to hear, probably didn't like, but I had to accept it. And just coming off of this is one of those things. So I'm not trying to be mean or anything, whatever. I'm just saying it how it is, you know. That's got to change. You overweight, take baby steps. Just like they said, it might take years, but you gotta stay consistent. That is the most hardest thing. You gotta stay consistent. Don't give up. But maybe I said something wrong. Maybe you guys don't agree with something I've said. Put it down in the comments. Let me know. And see you guys in the next video. BQ Quick Review. You know how we do.
Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my peace lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on the internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid. Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my peace lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on the internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid.